Service Committee will come to order at 6 p.m. Members present, Chris Moritz, Chair, Cody Scott, Terry Spiegel, Charlene Wharton. First thing up for order of business is minutes for July 9th, 2026.
So move.
First by Cody,
Second.
second by Mr. Spiegel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Open projects.
I have none.
I don't have anything on open projects right now. We do have a bunch of stuff in the works, but nothing right this time.
Yeah.
Citizen participation.
Concerned citizen. I would like my name to be removed from the minutes of the meeting because I did not state my name during the July 9th, and by law, you cannot put minutes of my name in public record unless I state it. 2, I want to bring up stuff on the open projects list because obviously you guys don't want to talk about it, but I think the public, we need to talk about it. So the last meeting on July 9th, sewer rates for out of town, okay, was committee to discuss remains on the list. So this thing hasn't been discussed since 2022. I think that's ridiculous. And I played the tape back of the conversation that, like Terry said, we're going to keep that on. Chris said, yeah, we're going to keep that one right now. But, Terry, I think so, yeah. Chris, they haven't got back to us with what yet for those rates yet. And these don't know about the down rates yet. Cody said, well, it means this is 4 years since this started. It's all on tape. Chris says, yeah, I know it hasn't been tested for 4 years. What I want to know is what hasn't been tested in 4 years? And 2, why can't we talk about it? Is it an illegal issue? Is this under your executive session laws of the open public meeting law? No. So I think this needs to be discussed. What is going on with the sewer rates for out-of-town people? That's what this committee is to do, is to discuss this, to have the answers. Who's not providing you the answers? Administration?
That would be where it comes from, yeah.
So why aren't they here to discuss this to where this can be openly discussed, have casual conversations about what's going on? You guys are not informing the people what's going on. We had to absorb those out-of-town sewer lines from the county when we got the ARP money from the county for the water lines, okay? Basically, we gave them a former administration before this one, basically okayed it, and the citizens are now paying for their out-of-town sewer lines. The taxpayers of Bucyrus, they're not paying any additional fees whatsoever. Yet we have to have a guy go out there, I believe, Chris, if I'm wrong, every stinking day and check those lift stations.
Yep.
So that's costing us money. The taxpayers of the Bucyrus is costing us money, and I believe it is only Mr. Wood. Am I correct, Terry?
Yeah.
He's the only one certified.
No, there's another one.
Okay, but we're
They
paying
take turns.
what? On Saturdays and Sundays, we're paying what? Time and a half and double time on Sunday?
There's no pay on Saturday. But
So we're not checking them on Saturdays
I
then?
don't think we have to.
Oh, you don't have to. But on Sunday, isn't that double time?
No,
No?
because somebody's supposed to be out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At the, for
Plant.
the sewer lines.
Well, that don't matter. Because
Oh.
it's, those sewers are, during the week. Has to be checked during the week.
Just during the week, not on weekends?
Nope.
Okay.
You're talking about the package plants.
Now I'm talking about the sewer, out-of-town sewer lines that
Oh.
come into Bucyrus that we're paying for,
Wow.
that we absorb from the county through the ARP money and the agreement we did. That's the ones I'm talking about. Because the lift stations have to be checked.
Yes, but they check the lift stations every couple times a week, I think.
Okay, that's what I want to know. So that, I'm bringing that up. The other point too is, you guys also said about Oak Ridge, when Oak Ridge was bought up. That was back in 6 of 2022. And the committee says it's still in progress. What's in progress? Does the city have to pay for this? I mean, is it our problem or is it the county's problem? That's what I'd like to know. I would like to know answers to this stuff because it is on open projects. Now, the other thing I want to bring up too is dumpster fees.
Well, dumpster fees, I don't think we can talk about.
Is it a legal issue?
Legal issues right now, yeah.
What's the legal issue?
It's.
Is someone suing about, I'm talking about just the dumpster fees. I'm not talking about the
I
trucks.
know, but the trash trucks are involved in the
Because you know what, it's funny was, so in some of my research, and I'm allowed to talk about this because this is public record from the city of Bucyrus. So we have temporary dumpsters here in the city of Bucyrus that are allowed to be on someone's residential property for 30 days. Okay? They pay a $50 fee to have the dumpster put there and picked back up. But, however, they don't pay the same as I do. So some people only paid $15.62 for that dumpster to be disposed of, whatever they threw in it. I pay $20 a month for 6 bags a week. That's ridiculous. Some even only paid $20.44 to fill that dumpster up. And I'll put it to you this way, there's more than my whole month's trash in that dumpster. Then we have permanent dumpsters in the city of Bucyrus, which I still, and I brought this up before, why we have permanent dumpsters in residential areas. Now, according to sanitation, the utility department downstairs, and this is where I got all my documentation from, we have permanent dumpsters in residential areas. Are they zoned for that? No. I cannot find anything in the codified ordinance that allows dumpsters to be put in residential areas. Permanently. Nothing. Absolutely zilch. I even asked Mike about that and he didn't want to talk about it. So, get this. There's a couple that paid the $84.67 per month for that dumpster. However, there are 4 permanent dumpsters that pay $16.38 a month to empty that dumpster per month. That's less than what I pay and almost pretty close what a senior citizen pays.
Is that for once a week or once a month or?
I understand, from my understanding, these are all monthly rates. Everything is billed on a monthly
Yeah,
rate.
it's in our ordinance, if it's a monthly rate, then they get charged for the whole month.
But they only pay $16.38.
Yep, they should pay the 80, whatever it is over there.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but right here I have documentation that is,
Ordinance says different, but,
well, I know, but these people are paying less.
well, then the city's not.
The city's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. The other question I have too is, and I found this and I brought this to the attention of this committee before, and I think it needs to be discussed. I think it actually needs to be investigated. So we have people that have commercial minimum trash classification from the utility department. Now, my understanding from their answers to my questions, these people do not have dumpsters, but they can throw out whatever they want to throw out. Are they charged the extra $5 a bag? I don't believe so. This is a concern. Where is the accountability in our trash payment? You know, the other thing is, my other thing is, you guys don't want to talk about trash, but yet Tommy Starner came to this very podium and told you to change trash rates in 900, which you're allowed to do, okay, for commercial trash. Plus, Chris, you brought up the fact that you want to do away with commercial trash,
Looking into it, yes.
okay? So why aren't we discussing all these issues and problems during these committees? This should be open discussion time for everything in this community, okay? The public needs to know that they're being, what? Possibly taken to the cleaners on some of this stuff. Other people have different trash rates than they do. I mean, I'm concerned because if someone's paying on a commercial minimum trash of $20.40 a month. And they can put out whatever they want to put out, and I'm limited as a resident to
Again,
six.
that's supposed to be a weekly charge.
That's a
So the
weekly?
month's different.
Okay, I'm asking questions. I mean,
It's in the ordinance.
and, well, it says right here, the rate, and I will go by what it was given to me by the utility department. The regular rate for commercial minimum trash is $24.50, unless it is determined that we need to charge more. I am not involved in determination and cannot tell you how it is determined. And that comes from Andrew downstairs. I have his email. If any of you like copies of all this information, I will
So they
forward
need to be-
it to you.
they need
Because-
to, be revised of what the ordinances say for what they should charge.
Well, isn't that whose responsibility is that, Mr. Chairman?
They should be up on the laws on that.
Well, obviously they're not, because I have the email and I have the documentation. And if anybody on this committee would like it, or any other council people would like it, I'd be more than willing to send you everything that I have, because this is ridiculous in my book. You know, I mean, are some of these companies or these minimum trash people being paid the extra $5 a bag? Are we doing accountability on this? Are we looking into this?
That's up to the driver, isn't it?
It is up to the driver. The driver
But,
makes the
well,
decision whether to turn
okay.
it or not.
Yeah.
my thing is this. I'll ask for the rate, I'll ask for the routes, and I'll go around and I'll find out by my list, and I'll go around and find out everything, because you know what? I think when I saw what I saw the other day, how many bags were out in front of a minimum trash person?
No. But
I don't
that's-
think they're being charged.
That's what the driver's supposed to write that down.
Well-
How many bags they have. Yep, that's,
Well, then somebody better
Yep.
be talking to some people, because I'm going to pull the next month, couple of months' records on some of these places, and I'm going to see if they got charged that $5 extra a bag. Because pictures will not lie. So I'm bringing this up to you guys' attention. Let's see what else was on there. Nope, that was it. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Any other citizen participation? Seeing none, meeting adjourned at 6:12.
Development Committee?
I'm calling Economic Development Committee to order at 6:12 PM. Members present, myself, Chair Terry Spiegel, James Mee is absent, and Ray Thidoff. Can I have a motion to accept the July 9th, 2026 minutes?
so moved.
I have a first by Terry and a second by Ray. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Any open projects anybody wants to discuss?
Did we move all the annexation things out of this? We're going to, weren't we? Out of this part, out of this, they're not supposed to be there anymore, are they?
She
No.
has to remove by this meeting. since she
Okay.
wasn't-
Yeah.
Okay,
and
okay.
planning on taking it out.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. We will take all the annexations off economic development and send them to plating. So that includes urgent care, Firelands, First Federal Savings and Loan, TSC, Family Farm and Home. And I think that's it. So all of those will go to plating. Do I need a motion or do I, yeah, motion, voice vote, okay. Do I have a motion to move all of those to plating?
I'll make that motion. Go right, Ken.
Okay, Ray, and then
I'll
you're
second
second it?
it. Yep.
Okay,
Are you moving planning or are you removing it from economic development?
removing them from economic development, moving them to plating.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Does it have to be referred to planning, or can you just move from one to the other?
I think they were already referred, we just had to take it off of my list and then,
They're already on there.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so Ray was first, Terry's second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Any other of the few open projects anybody wants to talk about?
No.
Did you ever get any information on the EV charging station?
I have not heard a thing. Not a thing. So I can email Tommy and see if he's heard anything else. I know Dan was looking into it, Dan Wireball, but I didn't know if there was anything further done with that. All right, anything else? Anything? Okay, then citizens' participation.
Concerned citizen. Once again, I would like my name removed from the minutes of that meeting of July 9th for the Economic Development Committee because I did not state my name by law. The other thing too is I went back to listen to the tape and when you guys just referred that just to plating, it was supposed to be in the last meeting, it was supposed to be left in economic development too, so that in case there was a need, it didn't have to get referred back. And it states that right on the videotape that Jim Mead and I think Ray made the thing, talked about that, was that it need to be left into both. And it's on the tape, trust me. Because one of the things that Ray brought up was questions that you brought up, sir, was about the lawyer for the annexation, okay? Basically, it says there was supposed to be a reaching out to make that happen. I don't know if they have. Who is they? Is that the administration again? Is that who we're talking about? The administration is dropping the ball again on annexation of getting an attorney, or who's in charge of getting that attorney?
I was thinking that was in something else.
I don't know. The
No,
last-
yeah, that's what you talked about in economic
Annexation
development.
lawyer.
I put everything down word for word.
Well, I'm just saying, I was thinking that was in a different committee, though.
It is in some, this list here that I just printed off, okay, is still in economic development, and some of the stuff in plating is not in economic development. If you go back to the tape, it was agreed upon that they would be kept into each, but you guys can change your mind if you want to.
So I think we just did.
Yes, you did. So it was agreed upon that it should have stayed in both. That way, if anything came up with annexation or economic development, it wouldn't have to be referred back. But that's okay. But getting back to this annexation lawyer that you brought up, Ray. So you, Eric, said, so is it in the works? Okay. And the law director, no answer, crickets. So what's going on with this attorney, and who is responsible for getting this attorney? I mean, we're beating this thing down from what, 2015, 2016? That's 10 years ago. And I know Terry Spiegel, and I'd have to go back to some of the tapes, but you, sir, agreed that we need to get this ball rolling. Okay?
Well,
Because
those
we're
places
losing
aren't
money.
gonna- They don't want to come into the city, though.
Well,
That's the
I did
problem.
make an inquiry about what funding, or where the funds would come from if we went that direction. So-
it comes out of the law director's money.
Right.
Yes, I know. I already checked into it.
So,
Trust
yeah,
me.
I'm saying we're making steps.
Well, I know, but
Well,
we're,
I just-
the city is actually losing income tax and property tax off of all these businesses,
We know that.
okay? From 2015 and 16, okay? To where, and wasn't it made aware that Ratliff said that we have, and I think Terry, you even brought it up last year, was that there is a codified ordinance, says they have to annex if they take our water and take our sewage?
But it was not enforced at the time, though.
Right, so we need to get on the ball and get this.
That's, I think that's administration and the law director's job to
Well,
do that, I think.
Once again, we're waiting on these people.
know,
What are they
I know,
doing?
I know.
That's what I'm asking. What are they
You're
doing?
asking the wrong people. Greg.
No, I'm
Yes.
bringing it up to your attention because you are council. You are the
What
committees
are we
that,
gonna do to get people in here, Greg?
well, I understand. I'm just bringing
I
it
don't
to
know
your
what to do.
attention once again, and I'm gonna keep on bringing all this stuff to
We can
attention.
see it. We don't need it brought to our attention, trust me.
Well, but then,
We're just as frustrated as you are.
well then, maybe you guys ought to put a little push the force on some
And if you
people.
do look at that one council meeting, I personally asked about the annexation lawyer.
Yeah, I know you
So
did.
we're doing stuff.
But you're saying nothing's been done.
How can I hire an annexation
I
lawyer?
didn't say you. I'm saying the administration and the law director are not doing anything.
Is that the
That's
Ty
fine,
Weidman
buddy.
thing? Is
My
that what?
hands are tied.
Yes.
buddy.
No, well, I mean, the last thing is Law Director Goldberg reports Mayor Truca and SSD Starner are getting information on annexations, and that was from 7/9/2026. So it's been less than a month.
Yep.
Well, that's not on here, but that's okay.
It's on the open
but,
projects list.
I
At the
just-
It's
top.
on here somewhere. Is it, what?
Yeah, it says
committee
in
is it?
7/29/2026.
Yeah, I mean, but,
7/9.
you know, talking and actually doing something are two different things. Okay, because we've been talking about this since 2015.
And I agree.
Okay,
We can only get them to do
Where
so
did you
much.
see that, Allison?
What I just read?
Yeah.
It's at the very top of the, it's at
Very
the top of
top.
the open projects list, the first one.
Of
It's like,
economic development?
yeah.
It says, to speak to Ty Whiteman, encourage annexation, and on 7/9/26, it said, law director, says
Okay,
what
all right,
Allison
I see
says.
it, I see
Yep.
it.
Yeah. Okay, any other public participation? Seeing none, I'll adjourn at 6:20 PM.
Planning committee?
I'd like to call the planning committee together at 6:21. Members present are myself as acting chairman, Allison LeClaire, and Cody Scott. We got the minutes from July 9th, 2026. I need those approved by somebody.
Second.
Cody made a motion, Allison made a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll go to the open projects on this one. The one thing I've got on open projects is I want a voice vote to have the council clerk send a letter to the planning commission requesting Adam Frisell street levy vacation change to the planning map. I need a motion to have her do that.
I'll make a motion for that.
Motion by Allison, second by Cody. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes, so I want to give that, pass that down to her. Okay, anything else on the, there's a lot on this, in this group, so,
I have a couple questions, but the law director's not here, so I can't be answered tonight,
yeah,
so,
okay.
other than that, I don't have nothing.
I don't want to do anything that Jim wouldn't want us to do anyhow, so. Okay. Citizens participation on this one.
concerned citizen. Once again, I want my name removed.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I want it removed. Okay, so my question is this. So we can't talk about certain things because the administration is not here. Okay? Okay, this is a problem. So, the other thing I want to bring up too is, excuse me, I'm kind of speaking here. I have,
You go right ahead.
thank you. I don't want to be interrupted because that's a violation of the Ohio Revised Code. I want to bring up about why small houses legislation isn't done yet. Why? Cody, according to the law director, did you have a meeting with him and Mike and you yet?
I have not had a meeting yet.
So the law director's quote unquote was we need to get that meeting. Once again, the law director's dropping the ball on everything, okay? Because this was last talked about because this committee requested regular legislation because I guess we couldn't do emergency because it didn't meet the criteria for emergency of health and safety and welfare of the citizens of Bucyrus, which I think it did, in my own personal opinion. But we still haven't seen the legislation yet. And matter of fact, Cody just made the comment that the law director hasn't scheduled this meeting. What is going on? This is for economic development. We have 50-some parcels of land in the city of Bucyrus that we can actually start building these places, and we're waiting on a law director again. This is uncalled for. He gets paid a salary, okay, to do this stuff. I mean, the last law director, he popped legislation out left and right. He had it done when it was required. Now we don't have a law director doing what his duties are doing, supposed to be doing. Isn't that Dale election duty? In my book it is. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. Okay. Before we go, I need a motion to accept the annexations from the economic development into the planning development.
So moved.
A motion from Allison, I need a second.
I'll second that.
Cody seconds. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, vote by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Nobody else got anything on citizen participation? We will adjourn at 6, according to this, I'm gonna say 26 on my clock. So, there you go.
Public lands and buildings?
I would like to call Public Lands and Buildings Committee to order at 6:28. Members present are Allison LeClaire, Charlene Wharton, Chris Moritz, myself right that off chair. At this time, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from July 9th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Leclerc, second by Moritz. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion passed. First thing we need to have some discussion about a vice chair. Public Lands and Buildings needs a vice chair, and I would entertain a motion for a nomination of a vice chair. If anyone's,
I will nominate Charlene Wharton as vice chair.
I have a second.
I'll second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Charlene is now our vice chair. Going right on to open projects. Anyone like to discuss any of our open projects? To find it. I do have to say, the stop signs at All Miller Park Drive, Traffic Commission had a meeting Friday and they approved the stop signs and they were put in that day. So we have stop signs down at the trail for traffic to stop at the two crossings. I want to thank the administration and Anthony Bond, I believe is his name, got them things put in like right now. So, I believe they're going to be in for 30 days. And after that 30 days, I'm being told it'll come back to full council for approval. Obviously, we're going to leave that on there.
Do we need to leave the walking trail at All Miller Park on there since it's complete?
I probably think so, because I think they might have some lines and markers they might want to be putting down still,
Okay.
just in case we need to talk about it. I do know the library has their stories posted in them, what you call them, placards or them boards that are down there. They're pretty nice. They actually have a schedule, library schedule on one of them where you can see what's going on with the library. Other than that, I guess I'll open it up to public participation.
Concerned citizen, I'd like to have my name removed from the minutes. All right, going off the open projects list. Leasing of public lands to solar companies. It said that 4/6 of 2026 committee discussed, and we'll leave on. Are we going to be looking at leasing any land that the city owns for basically solar energy? I do have been doing some checking on some of the city properties, and I believe that out to the reservoir on Beach Grove in 98, that there is available land that actually is owned by the city of Bucyrus to actually put in some decent solars and to make maybe a little bit of money on it that can be put back into public lands and buildings. The other thing I want to bring up too about that reservoir, it's a mess. Me and my wife walked that the other night. It's a disaster area out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. When you have to walk through weeds that are this high in the walking path out there, that is an issue with me. I mean, you can see the tire tracks where they mowed the one lane on the outer one and where they turned back around and they came out the other ones because of the rocks. They only put the blade down so far and just nipped off everything that's on the rocks.
Mows that out there? Is it the county, the township, the
Well,
city?
it's run by the city, if it's owned by the city, it should be doing it.
Yep.
The what?
Distribution.
It's a mess. And then where the tractor tire goes, it loosens up all the grindings, you know? So just to let you know, but it is a mess out there. Also, if you want to see a picture, I'll show you a picture. There is a seat out there thrown right down on the edge of the water out there. That would be on the west side of the reservoir, you know, where you can try to walk up the dirt path up there. I'll show you where it
Off of
is.
Beach Grove.
Yeah, for Beach Grove. There's actually a car seat thrown down in there.
A car seat.
Car seat, like out of a motor vehicle, not a child car seat, a car seat
Well, thank God
is
that was
actually
a child.
thrown down there. Okay?
Just try calling and telling somebody.
It's like anything else around here. You call and tell anybody, it goes on deaf ears. But I will try again, okay? So I would like to see this committee look into possibly leasing some of the land around the reservoir for possible solar energy company, because there is right down the road, there's a high tension.
See, I don't know what the minimum size of the.
Well, I know, but I'm gonna say, I believe there's certain sections that is still available that I think it would be doable to even possibly look at, okay? That's all I'm asking, is to look at it.
I'm thinking they probably won't even look at something that small.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you can put them on the side of the reservoir, I don't care,
Obviously, something
because the
to
water
look at.
level's down, way down in that reservoir right now, way down. I can't
Obviously,
believe how
something to
long it
look
is.
at, 'cause it's on here.
Right. So now I want to talk about is the next thing about city property. And you and I already talked about this too, and you were kind of agree, that I believe that the Pines Reservoir needs to be put up for sale. Okay? That's, in my book, that's probably about $800,000 worth of money that could go into public lands and buildings. Could be used to fix the pool, the parks, and all kinds of nice little projects. The other thing too is I went through, and I only did a sub thing, but I found at least 7 parcels of land that are strictly farmland that the city of Bucyrus owns and will not impede the right-of-way of the reservoir. I went out and looked, okay? I looked at all the parcels. That, based on $10,000 an acre, okay, of farmland, that we have $778,000 worth of land available we can sell that we're not making deadly crack on for rent for farmland. Okay? So that's a total of about $1.6 million or more that is available that we can sell. I understand, you know, people are saying, well, maybe we don't want to sell this, but we're not making any money off this farmland. And we can put deed restrictions in it. Okay? We can say it can only be sold for farmland or used for farmland. And I looked at the right-of-ways out there too on the reservoir because you asked me about that. There is a right-of-way that the city owns between those, between the reservoir and those properties. There's actually a right-of-way in there, plenty of space to get anything you need in there. And the other thing too is part of the parcel that I didn't understand how it did that, but I understand it jumped the road. But across 98, okay, of the one section that is on there, has part of the reservoir in that farmland, okay, that's on the south side of 98, just past Beech Grove. That we own that right in there, just past the little fishing place right there. So that farmland there, we actually own that too. So I believe that we should actually, in my book, look at the potential of selling this land, getting rid of it, going out to the highest bidder, and then we could, as you and I discussed before the meeting, we could put the roof on this building here for $400 and some thousand. We could actually fix the pool, we could fix a lot of the All-Miller Park and some of these other places up with that money that would not cost the taxpayers a dime. It's available resources that we can sell, and that money has to be only put in public lands and building projects
Did
only.
you look at city lots inside?
No, I haven't got that far. I went for the big ones. I went from the big ones. And the ones that are out the airport that are on Isaac Beale, you know, somebody might question, well, it's too close. Nah, there's people that have parcels out there right next to the runway that are privately owned. And the easements are in there for the right-of-ways for the airport. So there is a right-of-way in there. We can actually sell a lot of that land out there too, near the airport too, we're getting maybe $250 an acre out of. I think it's time to look at, and like I said, we can agree and disagree, but there's a valuable resource right there that we could sit and sell this. And I think it needs to be sold now. I don't think we should have to wait to see if the pool or park levy passes, because that legislation wasn't even done right. Because we never got put in the resolution that there was free swimming, even though somebody said it couldn't be in there. Trust me, it can. And I'll move on. Thank you. The other thing I want to bring up too is what are we, since once again, we have no administration here, and I got the crickets out of the safety service director about Neff Reservoir. How are we going to pay for that? Is it going to cost $1 million?
You're wasting your breath right now. You might as well move on to the next one.
Okay. How about the updating of the hunting ordinance?
That's sitting on my dining room table. I've been working on that for the last couple of months. A
Okay.
little more to it than what you
So
thought.
now people can blame you that it's sitting on your dining room table. I appreciate that. Okay, so now the walking trail out to Old Miller Park. And I've been walking that for a couple weeks now.
Pretty nice, isn't it?
I'm going to tell you what, I will disagree with you, sir. It
Really?
looks, yes,
Surprised me.
because the pathway is never cleaned off in certain areas. There's kids out there riding their e-bikes and their electric little scooters out there, okay? and they don't care about you walking on the pathway.
You know
And-
what, Greg? I suggested they don't have e-bikes on there, and I got bombarded by people with e-bikes.
I know, but they don't belong on there. They should be allowed to drive on the road
notice-
because those, the road around, because they had to change that. All
Did you
Miller
notice
Park
there were
Drive,
no motorized vehicle signs on the path?
yes, and they disregard them
Yeah.
all the time. Disregard them all the time, okay? Because the one kid, I was about ready, if he was gonna hit me, I was just gonna knock him flat. You know what? But if it's a juvenile, guess what? It's my fault.
That was my whole argument, that they're on a path that's 5 feet from the road. They need to be on the road.
They need to be on the road, yeah. Now, the other thing I want to say too is I hope they didn't finish the punch list on this because the grass
They
is,
didn't.
is,
Traffic Commission Friday, they said they had to reseed a whole bunch of it.
oh, it's terrible out there.
Remember that big rain we got?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It washed. half
Well,
the stuff
the other
off.
thing, it didn't help too with people driving through the mud out there and rutting it up. And actually, people drove over the path to park on the other side of the pathway out there.
Were you here
okay.
tonight? I said I saw a car on the bike path driving around.
Yeah, 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 I believe that. But these people actually drove over the path, the walking path, and parked their cars in the grass on the other side of the path.
I know there's plans to put up some barricades down there too.
Because that's ridiculous too, because that's just going to do nothing but what? Tear up that asphalt, 100%.
The part there by the ballpark where it's real close to the road,
Mm-hmm.
they're putting in.
Okay.
think
I
it's
saw the ones down there by the pool.
Yeah,
The-
they're gonna do the same
The
thing.
telephone poles,
They're gonna
the
do the same
pieces
thing.
of telephone pole, I appreciate that down there, but the thing is, the other thing too is, the sewer lines are still covered up over there. Why? Why are the sewer things still have the orange things on top of
I
them?
think it was to keep all that straw and sticks and everything out.
Okay, well, I mean, to
That's
me,
what they do when they have construction, they keep the debris out of there.
well, I know, but construction's been over, but hopefully there
It's
will,
not. They
well,
gotta
that's what I'm
reseed,
saying.
so give
The
them
other
time.
thing too is, are we gonna keep that clean? And are we gonna seal it? Because I was walking, because I walk up and down and make a nice loop, and I noticed that, and then Unger Park doesn't belong to you guys, but I noticed that some of the old places is cracking on the side.
I've never seen a bike path sealed. I don't know why.
But
Cost maybe.
my thing is this, if you're not gonna seal that, it's just gonna deteriorate as
Have you ever
crap.
seen a path or
Yep.
bike path sealed? Really?
Yep. Go down to Marion, they seal the trail down there all the time. Yep, it's part of their budget, it's actually sealing it because basically they put a coating on it so that it doesn't rot out. Because
Yeah.
once it starts cracking and water gets in there, just like when salt gets in the roadways, guess what happens? It tears it all up.
Maybe we can do what they do on the streets when they repave them. That sealer they put on like a year afterwards.
Mhm.
Maybe that's something.
No, I wouldn't say chip and stone, I don't want to see that on the
No,
trail.
no, it's, you've
But-
seen the
Yeah, I've seen them, the
clear
black,
stuff they put
yeah,
on.
the good stuff they put down, they actually seal the asphalt. I
That may be
mean,
something we could put on there.
but like I said, if we sell some of this unneeded farmland, we could actually put that money aside to do that and keep that presentable for the citizens of this thing, because I like walking it. I really do. It's actually a nice place to walk now. And like I said, I went up to the reservoir and it's like really trashed. So, all right, thank you, appreciate it.
Seeing no other, I will adjourn at 6:43.
Safety Committee?
Health and Safety is a meeting at 6:45. Members present, Ray Setoff, Chris Moritz, Charlene Wharton, and myself, Cody Scott, as chair. Before you have the minutes from July 9th, 2026. I'll entertain a motion to accept those.
I'll make the first motion.
Yeah, I'll
Chris?
second
Ray? All those in favor say aye.
it. Aye.
I am also an aye, that passes. First thing up on the agenda is police vehicles. I have, to be transparent as possible, I have attached some of the quotes I've received for new vehicles. Let me find my other email here, give me 1 second. We are Chief Dorsey had mentioned previously maybe looking at some Dodge Chargers, which would be a little more cheaper route. Let me find these here. Anyways, I can't find them. I'll keep on looking here. We're gonna move on to the next topic. We'll come back. Automated license plate readers. That is probably the single hottest topic right now in the United States. There's many different ones. There's Flock, there's Axon, Motorola has one now. Basically, they're cameras on the pole, and they got a little solar panel on them, and they have what I believe is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. They store data, they track you where you go in your car, you're walking, what business you're walking into. And it goes onto a system and it stores it. And any police department anywhere can access them. There was 2 police officers in Reynoldsburg that resigned because there was an investigation on them for misuse of those cameras this past week. Currently, Bucyrus has none that I'm aware of. I'd like to keep it that way. I know there's a big debate going on. Marion's, that's another different topic, but Marion's got a big debate going on about those right now. Even Galleon has 5, I think. So what I'm looking for that is I would like to, I don't think they belong in the city of Bucyrus. We don't have any. City definitely doesn't have the money to do it, and that wouldn't be something that I would approve.
If I remember right, I think everyone was in agreement at the last meeting that wasn't gonna happen, so I don't even know why we're talking about it, to be honest with you.
We're getting email at least once a week for Flock.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if that's why I kind of want to get a head start on this, because if we don't do this, it's going to happen. Because Bucyrus is the only city around that doesn't have them.
We don't do what?
Put a total ban on them. Most people, a lot of the cities that have them now are pulling the plugs on them. They're getting rid of them. They're shutting them off. Dayton shut all theirs off. Dayton has hundreds of them.
So we need a resolution or something to.
Well, I don't have proper administration here to tell me, do I need an ordinance, do I need a resolution? Because, I mean, this would just be for a year and a half, because next council could come in and pull the plug on it if they choose to. Anything we do now, next council could come in and totally wipe it off.
All right, so
But I don't have,
creating an ordinance or a resolution.
I don't know what I would need, because I don't, like I said, I don't have
But I'm
proper
saying
administration
they can change it
here.
anyway, so I'm not sure why we're even having a discussion about them.
Well, because if we don't have the discussion about it, they're gonna start popping up.
Not if we,
They have to go, no, they're not.
Marion put theirs in without their council's approval.
It has to be underneath
What I was-
$75,000.
Marion County Sheriff's Office put theirs in without their council approval. That's what I've read. They can just put them up, and there's nothing we can do it, because we don't have anything on the books to stop them from doing it. Sheriff's Office could do it. highway patrol could do it.
So I
And
guess
there's
we need
nothing that could stop them.
to get a resolution at the next meeting, huh?
Like I
Or-
said, I would
yeah.
hope that administration would have been here so we could have this discussion. I'm gonna have to table that for now. I don't want to, but I don't have a choice on that one. I can't find my proper email. I apologize for that. For the police vehicles. You what? No, I was looking for the actual, I sent to put the quotes on there, but I was looking for the actual price of the vehicle without being, without the upfit on them. I can't, you know what, let me check one thing here, 1 second. Yeah, I don't know what I've done with them. Let's go to open projects. I got a couple on there. 1 second here. You said I think the last meeting I made a mistake where Michelle, you got me on that. I made a mistake where we took it off, but nobody's seconded it. I can't make the motion, which I do apologize for that. I was not aware of that. I would like to clean up this, where is that at? Clean up the open project list. Here it is. One that I've noticed is on here, and it's been on here, is the buildings, the elect building. It's been on there since 2018. And the last thing was committee discussed it on 1/22 to keep it on the open project list. I have, before, so basically it's been discussed 3 times since 2020. So, is that something that needs to stay on there?
That's gonna be a permanent thing on your list, I believe. So we can talk about it whenever, because you're gonna have derelict buildings forever. So I would suggest we leave that on there.
Okay, we'll leave that
That'll
one.
leave it open so you can talk about any derelict building in the city.
We'll leave that one on.
We'll have some coming
Food trucks, finishing up some things on that. I'm gonna have that at the next committee meeting ready. That we can send that on to. Can we remove, I'll entertain, anybody have anything that they wanna see
Yeah.
removed?
Can we jump down here to citywide 2-hour parking?
Yeah, I
done, wasn't it?
That's
think.
what I was thinking.
That's one I wanted removed the last time, but like I said, I can't make that motion, so.
I think we can just look at Michelle and tell her to remove it.
Yeah,
Only, like, when Cody was doing it, then only, you were the only one that answered, his, so I think you all have to say you adjourn.
Oh, yeah, and look at these guys and
I
say,
can
"Oh, we're all agreed."
I can entertain a motion, but I can't make that motion to remove them.
Yeah,
I
so-
don't think you need a motion, you just have to ask us.
Yeah, everybody's agreed that it needs to come
That's
off.
just a voice thing, yeah, you don't have to ask us on that one.
Yeah, there's a couple on here that I don't think need to be on here, but that's
I don't think
okay.
it needs to be on there.
That might have
It's already
been
done.
before your time, Charlene, but
I think it was.
Who wants 2-hour parking is probably, do I make hear a motion to remove that one? Or are you gonna leave that one on?
if we need to make a motion or just agree,
Voice vote,
It's a voice thing, yeah.
vote to remove that one, all those in favor say aye.
aye.
I'm all up an aye, we'll move over that one.
They've already removed the sign anyway.
What else? Downtown sidewalks was another one that was brought up and nothing happened with that one. We have a voice vote to remove that one.
Yeah, that was the one where
Robert Taylor brought that up and then
they were charging
meeting,
people,
table meeting with Becky, your Chamber of Commerce, and I've heard nothing about that.
and they changed it to donation, I believe.
Yeah, it is donations. That was brought up in the meeting.
Are we all right with
We're
removing
good to
that?
take that one off, you think?
Yeah, 'cause I have zero information on it.
I'm fine with it.
Charlene? I think
Are we
that's
all right?
before your time too.
Are we all right removing that one? All those in favor of removing that one?
Yep.
Okay. BCO 119103 sign ordinance. I think that one needs to be removed too.
I can't even remember what that one was.
That had to do with the whole signs on trucks and
Oh.
whatever. That,
Say no more.
that's not a
No,
really
yeah, they can't.
big topic. I don't know why that referral was even made, to be honest.
I do, but it doesn't matter.
We all have our own different opinions. I'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Yeah,
We all right with removing that one?
I'm fine with it.
Because that, really, technically, that one's already on the books.
It's
So
with
I don't
me.
think. Are you guys all right with removing that one? Okay. We'll leave police vehicles on, we'll leave stop signs on. Commercial enforcement of junk, code enforcement of junk vehicles, we're gonna leave that one on.
I think we're waiting on legislation for that one.
Fire department ladder truck. The ladder truck is back working. I noticed they had to use it last week at Copper Kettle's place, so it was unfortunate that caught fire, but it's good to see the ladder truck back in operation. So do we want to remove that one?
Okay with me.
I'm fine with
Charlene,
that.
Chris, what do you think about that? Moving that one?
I'm fine with it.
And then, okay, we'll go ahead and remove that one. And then we're gonna keep the automated the automated license plate readers on there, just for the time being until the next meeting, until we can get that moving. Alrighty. Citizen participation.
Concerned citizen, I also like to have the minutes reflect to remove my name. Okay, a couple things. So the IT plan that was done in 1/6 of 2026, committee will discuss at a future time. What is this?
That was Kaylee's thing, so we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, zero information on that.
So since January, we don't know anything about this, and we're in August already. We have no clue what's going on. Cool, okay, that's what I want to know. We have to, okay. Okay, overtime for safety forces. Remember, this was Mr. Taylor's thing, but nobody on this committee has taken this over yet to see what's going on with this. Because it was supposed to be, it was agreed upon by this committee when he was still on it that it would be done, a quarterly evaluation was supposed to be done. And the citizens were supposed to be aware of this, and guess what? Last two quarter, well, we're almost going into, well, the last quarter was no report, and September's rolling around, and guess what? Are we gonna have no report again? Do we really need, the contract states 5 people, okay? Do we need to look into this, find out what's going on? Because that was basically kind of like a promise by this committee. I mean, I understand you weren't here at the time, but this was a promise made to the citizens that this quarterly report would be given out.
Well, if you read that, Greg, it says that Robert Taylor would like to have monthly reports. I'd like to have $1 million.
Well, that's good.
So
So I'm just saying, I think it needs to be, but it also states there on 2/5 of 2026, discussion with the fire chief during committee meeting. Where'd that go to? Went nowhere.
Obviously, went nowhere.
It went nowhere. It's on tape, okay? It went nowhere. He wouldn't discuss it, okay? So my thing is this, I think it needs to be 100% keep on looking at it. Okay, 100%. Okay, moving on, because that's what you tell me to do all the time. E-bikes. Okay, so what's going on with e-bikes? Anybody finished the legislation yet? I mean, I know the police department put on an education for e-bikes, and I appreciate that out of the officers of the Bucyrus City Police Department. I thought that was gangbusters that they did that. I appreciate the extra effort that they didn't get any extra pay for that or nothing, but I think to the citizens, that shows total respect for the citizens and responsibility to the citizens of this town that they did that. I really do. Chief Dorsey, tell them I thank them for that, because I think that was pretty cool. And I heard it was a nice event, too. So, let's move on. EMS vehicle replacement, you know, I know that they passed the creation of that, but I think the last time that we talked about this, Chris, you and I talked about this before too, that we need to seriously look at how maybe cutting more of that sixth guy out and putting that money in there, because my question is this: where are you going to get the $400,000 that the fire department wants for a new EMS vehicle? Okay? Now, do we need to spend $400,000 on an EMS vehicle? I'll look at it. But the other thing too is they also wanted a new engine, need another engine, because the other engine's about ready to fall apart. The other one, because the other one's junk, sitting up the city. Okay, what they were, smells or whatever they were. So they're junk. But, you know,
Greg, you haven't said one good thing about our fire truck that's working now because of Chief Schwimley.
well, no, that's the ladder truck.
I know, but we got a truck up and running, and you haven't mentioned it one
Well,
time.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
That's a total different piece of equipment, right?
That's, yeah, I'm talking about the fire engine that it needs to be replaced. I mean, you're gonna be looking at minimum of $1.35 million possibility, unless you can find a demonstrator. Okay? That's how we bought the last one, right? Was because it was a demonstrator vehicle. So we got a good deal on that one. But we're still paying for that one though, too. I mean, we still got the loan on that. But I'm just saying, where are we gonna get the $1.3 million possibly for
Good
that?
question.
Okay? Now, about the ladder truck. Yes, it did get fixed, okay? How much did it actually cost? I definitely tell you it was over $50,000 because they had to get parts twice for it. Because it was fixed one with over $50,000 worth of parts, and then it went kaput again, and they refixed it because they had to actually rewire the whole thing.
How much did we save having Chief Schwimley do it, you know?
Well,
Curious.
I'm not going to get into that argument because I haven't seen the total figures yet, okay? But once I do, if you can get those for me, then I will have
Hoping you would do it.
I would have a good discussion with you on that, if you can get those figures for me, because I'd like to know.
I would too.
Okay, so, but once again, how long are we going to have that ladder truck? Can we send it to a refurbishing company? Because we do have those here in the state of Ohio that can refurbish ladder trucks. We can save about over half the cost of a new one, of sending it to refurbish. Okay? So don't let anybody tell you, okay, because of my background in the fire service for almost 50 years now, coming up. Don't anybody tell you the NFPA code says the truck is only good for 20 years. I'll laugh at you. I'll put it in print and bring it in to you that you can refurbish a fire truck anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, that's why they have companies that do it.
Yeah, Mid-Atlantic, there's a lot of them here in Ohio that are doing it. And it's half the cost of a new truck. And you can have new compartments put in and all this other stuff. But I think if we're going to look at doing something like that on the ladder truck, I think we ought to look at refurbishing it instead of buying a new one, because nobody can get a ladder truck for at least 3, 4, maybe up to 5 years now. So, and refurbishers are everywhere. And you can save a ton of money. I mean, actually, I think we can save money on the medic units, because can that box be taken off, remounted on another chassis to save money? Can we do that? Sure we can. I think there's the possibility that we could save close to $200,000 or more on refurbishing. And you can put the new lift in the back, and you can do the airbags, and you can do all kinds of things. But you can save half the price for a new one. Plus, the other thing too is, I believe Chief Swimley said it'd be 2 years out. Okay, it's nothing to, like some of these companies have done around here is, I know some companies have taken their box off and remounted it up to 5 times that box off the back of vehicles. So it is doable. What was the other thing I want to talk about? Oh, solicitors, peddlers, and stuff. I sent that to you. So, are we going to discuss that, or are we going to not discuss it? Are we going to try to get legislation done, or what? Because I sent that to you.
I thought it was done. I mean, we have the legislation, it was done, right? We wanted to.
No, it was never
do
done.
something.
There is
Sent
this-
to me the first of mine, as something that was being considered, but I was just working on it.
I
Yeah.
think the holdup was the dispute on, how long should we allow for peddlers and solicitors? Like
I thought that's what we were gonna change. I thought it was.
like
already
I
done.
mentioned Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Well, that's what I have. I have
we
it in.
get-
I have it in there for daylight savings time.
Right.
My draft copy that I sent to all you guys on these to the committee. My draft copy says that because of daylight savings time, it was going to be different times because in the wintertime it gets darker, and we changed the time back to 5 o'clock, so they can't come out to your house after 5 o'clock, and there's no weekends. Okay, and basically I took, and I told you guys last time. I basically cut and pasted Upper Arlington and a bunch of other cities, and I went through them all, and I cut and pasted, and I added it to where it sounded pretty cool, that this is because I also added solicitors, peddlers, and canvassers in mine, because there's a different terminology for peddlers, solicitors, and then there was another one, definition for canvassers. Okay?
So I thought it was already done and put
Nope.
away as an ordinance because. a
Nope,
certain
it's not even
person-
done, sir.
A
It,
certain person chased some solicitors off his porch and was quoting what ordinance number and everything it was.
it's not done. I do it, if it's done, then why were we discussing it on 7/9 of
I'm saying
20?
I thought it was done, my
Yeah.
bad.
Well, actually, if you go back to 5/7 of 2026, committee discussed and draft legislation from prior committee members reviewed. So that's on the open projects list. So, I think if you guys need copies of that, let me know. I'll resend it to you guys all. But I think we got to get this done. This legislation has been around for a while. I mean, 5/26, I mean, not May, but I'm saying is, we got to work on legislation and get this stuff done so we can stop these people, because I got people showing up at my house with not even the freaking badge around their necks. Okay, and I've heard other people say the same thing. They're coming out and they're not having a copy of their permit because they say, well, the permit is, my boss has it and he's somewhere else. No, the law, to me, according to what's on right now, you're supposed to have that on the individual person
Right.
when asked for it. And they don't even display that badge anymore. They hide it because, why? They're trying to basically go around, knock on people's doors, and,
I just shut the door. So.
well, I don't even answer it. Or I take pictures of them now so that at least I know who they are to see if they got them. So, and continue on so we can move on. Code enforcement on junk vehicles. The committee requested draft legislation. I mean,
What's considered a junk vehicle, you know what I mean?
well, I know.
There
I
could be
mean,
many there could be many
I mean,
different-
we did away with the ad hoc committee for property maintenance code, so that's gone. So how are we?
We were gonna,
because what you consider a junk vehicle, what I consider a junk vehicle might be two different things. So there's a fine line of what you consider as junk.
I think Brandon said something about adopting Marion's code.
Okay, I'll go dig up Marion's code and see what it
There's a
says.
certain property here in town that's got an RV that half of it's missing. but
Well, yeah.
It still
Yeah.
runs,
Or it's got high grass growing all around it.
Yeah, it's got high grass growing around it, or
but it still runs.
there are vehicles that are, and trailers parked on people's property that been there for 3 years. Okay? And is that considered a junk vehicle? You know, I guess we have to go back to the the Ohio revised code. What's considered a junk vehicle in the state of Ohio? So, all right, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Greg. I was able to find the quote for the cars, for the police vehicles. We're gonna go back to that just real quick. We are looking at Ford Police Interceptor Utility, $47,528 just for the car with no upfitting. And then for the Dodge Durangos, we're looking at $44,976. Without the upfitting, and your upfitting, you're looking at the quotes. The upfitting, you're looking at probably between 16 and 20,000 for the upfittings. That's all I have on that for now.
Where's this money coming from?
These are the quotes.
Where are we getting the money for these?
I'm gonna have to find something.
I said we just
Because
spent
I
$1.5
don't
million
believe it was
garbage trucks.
budgeted for this year from the previous council. Why that was, I don't have that answer. But I mean, it's obvious the police department needs some vehicles. How we're gonna find that money, I'm gonna have to, without getting a loan, I don't wanna go and fork up.
Like I said, we just
couple
spent $1.5
$100,000
million on
dollars to get-
garbage trucks. Now we want police cars. I knew that was
I
gonna
would
happen.
have much rather had police cars than garbage truck, but we're not gonna talk about that. But
Yeah, I knew that would happen.
so yeah, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at for Ford Interceptors, we're looking at 47,500, and Dodge Durangos, we're looking at basically 45,000. Any other citizen have any other additional? Seeing none, we will adjourn at 7:12.
I would like to call the Finance Committee to get to order at 7:13 PM. Members present are myself as chair, Ray Tinoff, and Sharina Wharton. Chairman James Mee is absent, so I'm setting in for him. Okay, you got the minutes from the last meeting on July 9th. I need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Got a motion from Mr. Tinoff. Need a second? Okay. Wharton will second. Charlene, I'm sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Okay. Open projects on finance. Now, there's not a whole lot on the open project. It's the South Sandusky Sewer Line project. That's in process now. The long-term control plant, the wastewater plant's in project. Can't do nothing with that. And the park and pool levy, which we've got to start promoting pretty soon, is something that's ongoing too. So, does anybody have anything they want to talk about on either one of those?
I did hear that we're waiting still from the state to see if what we turned in to get that on the levies even approved. So it's still not a done deal.
I thought it was from the county. What, is not? Okay. What's wrong with it?
Just waiting on them.
Okay. Okay.
Just got an
They
email.
went to the state.
Yeah, so it's through the county.
Yeah, we got it through the county,
Yeah.
the courthouse up here.
No, it's something we, probably ought to get after and find out why. Can we call them, find out the county, what's going on with that? Would you know, board elections, that's who you talk to?
I don't- What would we do if they didn't approve it?
Can't put it
Wouldn't
on.
be there then.
Nope.
So,
And that's, if that gets passed, if it goes on the ballot, I guess, then that's how, the police department can get their new cruisers and everything else if that passes. So that's the goal of the whole thing, is to get that passed and get the pool fixed and the parks fixed up and them have money to spend, so out of the
Right.
general fund, so. That's why we gotta promote that really heavy. Okay, anybody else have anything on open project? Okay, citizen participation, Mr. White.
Concerned citizen, I'd like to have my name removed from the minutes, please. Okay, I have a question on here, because this, under open projects, and I'm not blaming anything, I believe that should say South Sandusky Sewer Line Project and not Water Line Project. Because they're not replacing all the water lines, they're just replacing the laterals across the street, but they're not replacing the water lines down,
Well, I
correct,
think
Terry?
it could be the same thing.
Well, okay,
sewer, water.
well, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
Sewer underneath
that's,
it.
that's drawing.
they're
close.
replacing storm sewers and sanitary sewers.
Yep.
They're not replacing all the water
It
lines.
can stay like it is, they know.
Okay, that's fine. So Arcadis with the long-term control plan. So my question is this, and it was on one of the other agendas. So what's going on with the wastewater treatment plant? No update, no nothing. I'm following it under the state Ohio EPA transparency laws because that's where they're at, but nobody here wants to talk about it.
Well, I've
And
not
I
heard
find
nothing.
that quite odd,
Well,
kinda
I don't think
interesting.
they've heard nothing from the EPA yet.
because where are we going to find this money? Because finance took $1 million out of the fund to do the other project, okay? That was supposed to be, the taxpayers were sold on that it was supposed to be used for the wastewater treatment plant, and now we had to bail $1 million out of that to do this other project to find out where the control is from on the north side of the town. So where is the city all going to get this? I mean, I know the mayor made a suggestion or a comment that they talked to Bernie Marino's office to try to get some federal funding, okay? But my question is this. The last thing that I read under the state was they weren't going to approve any upgrades to the old plant. They were going to require a new plant because they didn't believe that the plant could operate to its capacity that it needed to be for the discharge rate and to do the improvements at the same time. So is this 57, maybe $60 million project going to be turning into a 80 to over $100 million project? And how much is this going to cost the taxpayers? And I mean, remember, this can's been kicked down the road since 2010 or more. They knew about it, but nobody did anything about it. And now we're at the point where we have to do something about it. I will agree with Terry, we have to do something now. So now the existing taxpayers right now are going to have to end up paying for all this. How high is our sewer and sanitary rates going? How high is our water rates going to go?
I think we're looking at, some, grants and stuff to help it out with, aren't they? Aren't they supposed to be looking for that type of loan for it? Maybe
Well,
maybe
the
not
loan's still
maybe not
gonna-
call it grant, but maybe some
Loan's
kind
going
of
to have to be
loans.
paid over a 30-year time period.
Yes.
It was the last time I knew.
I know that.
30 years to pay off
Well,
the
if that's
plant.
what it
And we're
takes.
still paying on the water treatment plant too.
Well, that's, yeah, but that's
Okay,
going to.
we're still paying that one off
More
too,
years.
at the same time. So
Different funds.
different funds, I understand that. But once again, what's the rate? Because remember, the legislation runs out at the end of this year, December 31st, on the sewer rates. Okay, there was a 3-year percentage. It runs out December 31st, just to let you know. I'm trying to keep you updated. But that ordinance runs out. But people are asking me, and I'm, as a taxpayer myself, I want to know what higher rates are we going to pay? People are already crapping at their water bills, or utility bills, let me rephrase that, their utility bills that has stormwater, sewer, water, and trash on it. And one lady said that hers went up $35 in a month. And I said, hold on, because what are you gonna have to raise, what are we gonna raise these to? 15, 20% more?
People don't understand how that works
Yeah.
with the tiered
Tiered,
thing.
yeah. it's
Yeah,
gonna
but-
go up.
You can be right on the line and then use like one more gallon of water and it knocks you up to the.
Yeah, it knocks you right up there. I mean, it used to
So when
be,
people see their rates go up $30, it's because of that.
well, I know, but
Mine just went up
what I'm saying is,
$30.
we used to have a system where you paid for your usage was the gallons you actually used and not a system,
Tiered system.
a tier system. We need to get rid of this tier system. People are pissed about this because that 1 gallon, you're correct, that 1 gallon will put you in that higher bracket.
But then the next month you make up for it though, because it's not gonna be there. 'Cause
Maybe.
most of the time it is with us.
Trust me, Ray knows what I'm
Most of
talking
the time
about.
it is, most of the time it is with us, so.
It takes
so
longer.
that's- The financial part is something that's gotta come from the administration. They're gonna have to, we're gonna have to figure it out. I mean,
I think it should go back to the gallonage usage, personally. I mean, that was the best fair way of doing it, you know? And I agree too, and I know this is not, but you guys discussed it. How are we gonna pay for these police cruisers? You know, how are we gonna find the funds? Because remember, and I brought this up again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, Ray. But former councils before, not the last one, but the ones before that, agreed to buy at least 1 police cruiser a year, okay? I talked to several of the council presidents and said, yes, that was in there, but nobody ever put that in the budget, okay? That they were gonna buy a police cruiser every year, okay? It just went underwater, sunk. I am hoping this finance committee, when we do the budget for 2027, that we have open transparency, we have public meetings, that the public can come in and ask questions about the budget, instead of it being crammed down people's throats, just like it was passed not too long ago, okay?
well, that's a different subject than what is on our report.
I understand, but I'm saying, but that's fine.
So we don't need to
So
talk
the
about
thing,
that.
I understand, thank you. So my thing is this, let's talk about the pool and park levy, because that's on here,
Yep,
okay? So my thing again is, and I brought this up in public lands and buildings, I think we can sell some farmland and some other stuff, and we can use that for pool and parks. And then, you know, we'll have that additional funding that we can use. I also disagree with the law director, which I'm allowed to do, and maybe you guys want to, but the high-rise code, I would like to know where he comes up with that you can't write that in the legislation, that the pool can be free. Okay? That's an opinion, that is not law. Okay? That's an opinion, not law.
I
That's
don't
two
know
different
law.
things.
I don't know law, you don't know law, it might be in there somewhere though. You don't know that.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, he can show it to us if it's there.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
if I find, if I have an attorney down from somewhere else,
Well,
find that, bring that,
I don't
but
care.
it's too late because guess what? Legislation's already been written.
Yep, it is.
Now I'm hoping, I personally am hoping, no offense to nobody, I'm hoping that the Secretary of State's office denies that
I think that's a
legislation.
poor attitude though, Greg. We gotta have that pool fixed for next year.
We got money. We got farmland to sell. We got
gotta
the
sell it
Pines
first.
Reservoir.
We
got
gotta
money
sell
to
that stuff first. We're not gonna,
Well, let's sell
No.
it.
How
Let's,
much do you say we
let's
won't
go
get
on.
If we sell everything.
I didn't say everything. Just the pines.
hypothetically,
yeah, we
Pines
can't.
and about 7 parcels of land.
How much did you say?
It would be over $1.6 million,
You know how
based
fast
on 10,000.
You know how
Well,
fast that'll go? Gone.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
We can fix the pool. We can fix the parks.
Well, that's another story.
We can fix
Let's,
the, we can fix
That's
the roof.
something else. Let's move on.
Thank you. That's right. move on.
Anybody else got anything they wanna say? If not, adjourn at, 7:24.